Hey Lynn, welcome. We are just getting set up here. Some interesting stuff to show you guys tonight. Hey Brown Dwarf, welcome back. It's been a while. Hey Kathy, welcome. What seems to be the ailment? You okay? And, Fromple feet? That's different. But welcome. Yeah, I get that, Kathy. That's honestly one of the reasons I don't go hiking in Florida during these months. The pollen's terrible. Hey, Brown Dwarf, remind us, what part of the world are you from again? I don't recall. Oh, from World of Warcraft. Okay, cool. I don't know if you guys have seen the new video that just came out. At least I just saw it, of this like monster looking Sasquatch. It's fairly up close. I haven't had a chance to do an analysis of it yet though, so I'm not like jumping up and down about it, but it's pretty cool. I think I'll do a video on it tomorrow. Let's see. It's like I said, it's pretty close up. That guy was probably uh maybe 40 or 50 feet from it. And it looks pretty good. I mean, like always there's always the argument, is it a suit or not? But I'm gonna take a closer look at it tomorrow. Okay, welcome, Jughound. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Are we comparing Bigfoot to Nephilim? I'm not 100% sure what to say about this picture. I just don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if you can really see. Can you see the deer in this shot? It might be a little low on my camera, but it's right here. This is the deer. Yeah, it does, right? It looks fake. I mean, I hate to use the man in suit thing. You know, that theory gets thrown around way too much. Hey, Mr. Midwest, welcome back, buddy. Hope you had a good vacation. But yeah, so it does. It looks fake to me. I mean, I can't imagine why these people go through the amount of trouble to do this. I mean, it's not like there's money in it. You know, you put out a Bigfoot picture tomorrow and it, like, nobody cares. You know, so it's like there's only a little niche group of people that even give a shit. So I just don't know why they would go through the trouble of doing it, but unless they think there's money in it. But I still have to assume that it's fake just by the look of it. Yeah, I guess views. I mean, you know, wherever they may be originating them from, but I mean, it's still like views don't always equate to money. You know, it's like you really have to be set up, and just releasing one pic that there's more than one picture of a juvenile, but I don't think that they're the same. I don't think they're the same suit. I think we had that picture on last week, but maybe I'll come back later. We'll do a comparison. I don't know. I have a lot of stuff here I want to go through. No, it's just a picture, you know. There's never anything truly substantial. It's always just one shot that some guy took, and that really adds a lot to it as well. I don't know if you guys saw this one or not. It's been floating around online. The guy was asking if people thought this was a bear. And I know that the lighting is really making it hard to see. I think I'm gonna have, these are all previews of an upcoming video, by the way. The pictures that you see here tonight, they will be in an upcoming video with better quality and better analysis. So, you think that's a bear, Lynn? Look at how narrow the heel is right here. So follow the mouse cursor. You can't see it. Hang on, I gotta zoom out a little bit. Yeah, okay, you see this heel? Look at that. Bears have a very wide back area to their paw. This is very slender. This is a humanoid type heel. And then up here you've got toes. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 separate toes. And I don't think they look like pads to me. And then, like I said, the lighting right in this situation is terrible for you guys. But I'm seeing like, you know, I'm going to save this for the analysis tomorrow. I can't tell if this is material or skin or what this is. But look at here, look at the leg. Look at the bone coming down to the foot. There's a bone here. And there's a bone here. And I just feel like it's too slender of a bone to be bear. And too small of a heel. Yeah, you know, Mr. Midwest, people do weird shit all the time. I mean, maybe, you know. I got your email, by the way, with the picture. Thank you. It's been a hectic week. I didn't have a chance to reply on that, but yeah, no, that's actually a bone. Look, right there. And then this is whatever the hell this is. Spine and ribs. And I guess you could assume that they're all connected, or all of the same creature rather. But I wanted to try to zoom in so you guys could see these toes. That's as good as it's gonna get right there. Oh, what else we got in the goodie bag? Got one here from Brad Kidd. I'm gonna be frank with you. I have not had the opportunity to. Hi, Pam, by the way. Welcome. Oh, Coral Beast here. What's up, buddy? You know all about feet, right? Let's get your opinion on this. So this is from Brad Kidd. I can't tell what's going on here yet, to be honest with you. I did a little lighting stuff on this one. I just can't. He says it's an unknown cryptid. You know, I mean, that's easy to say about any of them, I guess. But I can't tell if I'm looking at something up here or something down here. And frankly, I can't tell if either one of them are pareidolia or not. So this one just hit the chopping block earlier, and I haven't gotten that far with it yet. Yeah, speaking of the devil there, Mr. Midwest, here's your picture right here that you sent me. I don't know. I can't speak for you guys. I was just a little shocked when I realized that all this time had went by and I never saw the hand in this picture. That was just, it astounded me. But there's a hand, or arguably a foot. Did you guys see this one? The boar's teeth. So they shot this boar, and the claim is when they opened its mouth, they saw these cryptic markings on the tooth, on the tusk of this creature. See if I can get the other one. Look at that. I mean, first of all, we're just making an assumption that these guys are genuine about this. I mean, if that's true, if that's real, I mean, that's some pretty wild shit. I don't even speculate or try to speculate how that happens to a live creature. It almost looks like something they would have done after it died, but I don't know. I'm just sort of taking their word for it, you know. I don't know, dude. They're these crazy, like, sort of tribal markings. It's nuts. Thank you, ABG. I appreciate that. We do try around here, you know. Try to make some interesting content. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this one by now. This is the original Freeman, Paul Freeman. I guess I should say property, where the Freeman footage was taken. Run that by me, Kathy. I think I missed that. Sorry to anybody that doesn't know who I'm talking to. I'm speaking to Bigfoot World when I say Kathy. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I think I have a new one here from you guys, Kathy. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's terrible, lighting wise. I'm pretty sure that this is you guys out of your last batch. So that's pretty cool. So how do you figure it's Bigfoot hair? Hey, it's that Connor guy. What's up, Connor? AVG, what's your neck of the woods? Where are you from? Not to bombard you, Kathy, but this is one of yours, right? This has Miguel's name on it, so I'm just speculating that it's yours. Of course, we can see just the sort of roundness here of the creature's head, an ear, sticking out here. We've got forehead, nose, cheekbones, and then two eye sockets. You can see right there that the eyes are split down the middle by the nose, obviously. What other goodies do we have? We got this one. This is, I don't know, this is just weird enough that I had to throw it in here. I don't know what's going on here. Bigfoots have a hell of a dental package, I guess. This guy's got some pearly whites from what I can tell. Oh, that's kind of cool, Kathy. I mean, they've, you know, if you follow along with, you know, Dr. Meldrum and different people like that in the community, I mean, we've done DNA numerous times, you know, and we keep coming back with chimp hybrids and human DNA mixed with chimp and just a lot of stuff that we really can't understand in our current scope, you know. I don't know what, I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. I mean, yeah, I mean, like at first glance, like, this is too good to be true. He's got some serious dental issues going on here, though. Like, yeah, much worse, right? He is, man. Eli Manning's got some long arms. Yeah, and we have, you're right, unidentified primate DNA, and nobody gives a shit. Like, seriously, it's like, oh, well, yeah, it was a failure in the lab, it was this, it was that. It's always brushed off, and it's always brushed off for a reason, and we know why. Everything has to be a cover-up. You know, everything has to be need-to-know basis, that sort of thing, you know. And no, I don't follow the conspiracy that the government created Bigfoot, but are they aware of the creature's existence? Absolutely. So right away, what kills this picture for me is that right there in the corner. NVTV, the largest producers of complete bullshit. I could make an off-color joke there, but I won't. But anyway, they do. They seriously, they put out the worst stuff on the internet. And then they mix it with real videos trying to dilute. Let's see. I thought you guys might find this one interesting. Welcome, William. No, it's not a real picture. I can guarantee you that. I don't know why it was created, but it's a falsity. So I thought you guys might find this picture cool. This is this car here. This guy was taking his bike. He's got his bike on a trailer. He was taking it to ride like some mountain trails or whatever. This is when Mount St. Helen erupted. This is literally just like, I don't even know how many seconds after the first eruption. And of course, most people know the story behind that with, you know, Ape Canyon and the amount of Bigfoot bodies that they supposedly pulled off of the mountain. So I thought that this picture right here made some interesting conversation, you know, in our field. Honey Island Swamp. No, I can't say that I have, William. That's definitely something that I'll have to look up. Oh, this was one. I think this guy's name is Scott Uri. I could totally be mispronouncing his name. There's not a whole lot going on here, but it is interesting. It does have the typical shape where, you know, this creature is most likely just sitting amongst the trees, and it's not zooming any further than that. So that's as good as we're gonna get on that one until I can get it into a video, which should be tomorrow, by the way. I should be able to do a new video tomorrow, and then it'll be out either tomorrow afternoon or Sunday morning. I need to do 2 videos though. As you guys know, we have the secondary channel now, Cryptic Input. So if you enjoy dark crime mixed with dark paranormal, we're doing a thing over there. We just put out a new video about the green sunset. Kathy saw that one, and she seemed to like it, and we're gonna get another video going over there. There you go. I don't know what it was about the 70s and 80s, but it seems like everybody I talked to, that's when their sighting was. It was always, I mean, yeah, there's different ones, different time periods, but it seems like there's a huge clump. Maybe we were just in the woods more then. You know, maybe we got out and did more outdoorsy things back then. I'm gonna leave this picture up here for a while because we're gonna have a big long talk about this picture. I am absolutely at a loss given, you know, first sight of this picture. I mean, I don't see a lot of evidence of photoshopping. Coloration wise, it's very good. It does have the taped and lucidum in the eyes, same as does the wild boar that it's on. We will be analyzing this picture in the next video for sure. This is one of the more wild pictures I've ever seen. Hey, welcome, Adventure Monty. One of our members is here. Excellent. You know, Monty, I tend to be on that with you. I'm not really sure why yet. I haven't dove into it that much. I almost said dived. I don't speak like the new kids do, but I haven't dove into this picture thoroughly to see what I really feel is going on here. But I just, at first glance, I'm like, whoa, this is wild. I don't think this is an arm. I think these two things are fallen trees. All right, welcome, Brian. And I don't know, I'm thrown back by everything about this thing. Look at the feet. Like, what's going on here, And then I assume that this thing here these are wings. And you know what's crazy about it is that there's nothing manicured about this thing. It's like ugly and misshapen and just weird enough to be real. I mean, I think that's true with most people, William. It's like I've heard a lot of stories told as, a part of a storybook just walked off the page. Like you're walking on a nature trail, having a great day, and the next minute your view of reality is shattered. You can't grasp what you just saw. And there's people that are traumatized from stuff they saw when they were kids, but I'm like, I don't know if it's all that, guys. I mean, I get that it can be scary, and it's, you just didn't know it existed until you saw it. But I just don't know if that qualifies for me as being lifelong trauma. An impact I can see. For sure. All right, I'm going to move on from this reluctantly. I think this is the most interesting picture that I've seen in a while. Sweetland, welcome. A lot of new faces tonight, guys. A lot of people I've never seen before. Welcome. I'm gonna skip this one right now because there's just not enough going on here. There's a face right here, but I don't know what's going on there. There is a face that's eyes, nose, mouth, kind of a big oval face there. I can't rule this one out as pareidolia, but I definitely see something. And I've lost who this belongs to. I don't know where this picture came from. Well, we appreciate you joining us, and appreciate you being a viewer too. Thank you. This is another one that we're sort of investigating for tomorrow. I don't think you're going to be able to see anything with this lighting. Sorry about that. But this is another one. Scott Loomis, Monsters in Maine. If you haven't seen his channel, it's pretty cool. He's got some neat stuff on there. Yeah, and that happens all too often, William. It's always like, don't tell anybody, or even the people themselves. They're like, who can I tell? Because no one's gonna believe me. No one will understand. And that's a shame. I mean, it's true though. You look at the skeptics that we have on this channel. It's like, man, I don't mind a skeptic. I don't mind being objective. I mean, I try to be objective myself, but these people just have it dead set in their mind that we're wrong and they're right. I'll tell you guys what happened the other day. So, I got a notification from YouTube that said I was added to someone's playlist, and I was like, oh, cool, like that's neat. Like, I never happened before. I was like, let me go check this out. So I go over there and I follow the links to see whose playlist I'm on, and I finally get to the guy's page, and I forget his name, but the playlist was titled So Stupid It's Funny. And one of our videos was on that list. I was like, man, God, the internet is so mean. Like, yeah, that cut me deep. I was like, man, that's cold-blooded. Well, thank you, William. Monty, I know a couple of people like that, through online sources, obviously. People that reason away what they've seen as being a bear or whatever, and they're sitting there telling you a story, and you're like, oh, that was a Bigfoot. Like, totally, like, in your mind, that was a Bigfoot. But they just say, oh, well, it was this or it was that. And, like I said, they reason it away. Yeah, that's true, Mr. Midwest. I mean, I do find it a little funny now. There are days though, bro. Honestly, there are days when it's like you get your fourth like really negative message in a row, or comment rather, and fourth, fifth message, and you're like, just like, yeah, you're like, damn, man, like, give me a break, you know? Like, you feel like there's days that the internet's just out there to beat up on you, but it comes with the territory, I guess. You know, you got to just go with the flow. But yeah, I've had people. One guy told me I didn't know anything about Bigfoot. Another lady actually reported me to YouTube for providing false news to the world. Some guy called me the Wish version of Bob Gimlin. So, you know, like I said, it's just, I don't know. There's those people out there, you know. Nice. You know, Kathy, I mean, if there's anybody in the world to change your son's mind, I mean, just tell him to watch your, you know, go on your Facebook. It was, I mean, it was fairly clever. I'll give him that. And like, it's like, damn, dude, it cuts deep. Yeah, thank you, Monty. I've learned to not be sensitive and to take things from a more I guess bureaucratic stance, really. Like, I try not to get, I don't try not to get offended with people. Just, I don't know. Some people are very, like Mr. Midwest pointed out, some people are very unhappy. Okay, everything is a bear, Kathy. Like all the amazing captures that you've had, and they're all just bears, you know. So I get it. People are very willing to dismiss everything, you know, everything that we have uncovered in this world. There's always somebody ready to bury it. Forgive me, guys, I'm just browsing here momentarily. I have a lot of pictures on here now, and I've done a terrible job of organizing them, so it's much like my life. Kathy, did you ask him about this one? This is a bear? It's a funny looking bear. I get that. You know, it's like I have a coworker who just completely shits on what I do. Forgive my language, but it's true. And told me that they don't believe in Bigfoot for the same reason they don't believe in Santa Claus. And just really tried to dig deep, you know. But people like that, I told that person, I said, well, you know, it's okay. I was like, you know, cryptozoology is really more of a smart person hobby anyway. Yeah, you're right, Coral Beef. There is a lot of weird looking bears in the world. William, so the fact of the matter is, let me back up real quick here on the pictures and I'll show you one of the experiences that I've had. So to answer your question directly, no. I have not physically seen a Bigfoot. This was, oh boy, this is coming out terrible on this camera, but this is our footprint that we found in Central Florida. And there's, you can see the heel right here on the bottom. And then as you go up, you can see where the foot expands into the toes. And this is all just loose leaf and pine needles that the foot kind of moved out of the way. So there was that experience. And then if you go on our channel, you'll find a video called, I think it's called My Bigfoot Experience. And it's kind of further down, you know, just go into the videos and go further down. The gist of it is that I heard a vocal from our cabin in Pennsylvania. And it was a much lower, I don't know if the right word is octave, but it was a much lower, deeper tone than a wolf or a coyote howl. But it was a sort of a deep guttural howl. And based on seeing a set of eyes the night before that we couldn't explain, I feel that that was a Sasquatch. Not to mention there had been other sightings reported in our neighborhood that we were staying in. So that's pretty much the extent of my experiences. That's true, Coral Beef. Like, one of the things that scares me the most is to think that one day they're actually going to somehow catch this creature and they're going to put it in a zoo, you know, and then maybe you'll see a whole family of Sasquatch in the San Diego Zoo, you know, and they're going to want you to, you know, plunk down a few $100 or whatever to go see it. And I mean, I personally, everyone probably pretty well knows I have a huge stance against animal captivity as it is. And then, you know, you add in the fact of my affinity towards Bigfoot, it makes it even worse. And I know that that's going to happen one day. And frankly, I hope it doesn't happen in my lifetime. It will kill everything that we know and feel about Bigfoot. It'll be another creature in the zoo, another creature in the books. Yeah, it is the sad duality. That's a very good way to put it. It's that we can't accept the existence of the creature until we find it on a slab in a morgue, you know, with a full examination, you know, and understand its anatomy and things like that. I mean, and the unfortunate truth is that there are people out in the world right now that are hunting Bigfoot for that exact reason. All right. Hello, birdies. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. You know, Monty, I struggle with myself feeling the way that I feel about animals in captivity, feeling the way I feel about Bigfoot in captivity, but then with the curiosity that lies within me to know that I could go down the street and see one at the zoo, it's very difficult, like, to say no, I would never do that. I mean, I would like to think that I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, Brian, Sasquatch absolutely exists, and the Earth is round. Those are just two facts. Um, we've proven the Earth's round. I mean, numerous times, right? So that's not an argument that I'll have. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I've seen them, Mr. Midwest. They're out there with assault rifles, you know, just taking shots at. They claim that they've tracked the creature down. They have one, and you know it's nearby. And one guy said that I don't think he said he unloaded his clip, but he said he got off like 10 shots at it, and still managed to miss. So I don't know, you know, you take that for what it's worth. Either he's a piss poor shot, or Sasquatch is more elusive than we think. As I said, Brian, I'm not having that argument. That's another chat, another time. Yeah, that's it. You know, I would go check out Carl Sagan and what he has to say about it. I mean, it's not that hard, right? I mean, if they have opposable thumbs and fingers, it's like, yeah, if they had a gun, if they got a hold of a gun, I absolutely think they could use it. I'm not sure if they could use it intelligently or not, but they could use it. You know, even if I had to shoot a Sasquatch out of self-defense, I would be terrified to shoot the creature. I mean, if you don't kill it, you're in a lot of trouble. I mean, you're probably, you know, I guess you're in trouble the other way too, but here we're back on this picture again. Can everybody see the hand right there? Rob, welcome. Now that is something I would love to see a picture of. Why are dogmen so much more elusive than Sasquatch? Is there like so fewer of them? I would love to know why there's little to no picture or video evidence of a dogman. No, that's true, Coral. Um, that's very true. I don't, I think they've been around long enough to where they've seen guns before. They know what they're capable of. There's actually stories of people aiming guns at a Sasquatch and then the Sasquatch having a negative reaction. And you'll see that actually happened in the video, the story I told about the guy that was peeing on the Bigfoot. That actually happened there, where he pulled his gun out and aimed it at the creature, and the creature knew what the gun was. A bigger gun. I don't know if you guys heard the story about this guy. He's a fairly well-known like hunter tracker sort of guy. He'll take people out in the bush, and he will take them on a hunting expedition. Basically like charter fishing. So he takes this guy out. This guy is no slouch. Like, he's been doing this for a long time. He wanted to hunt a certain type of creature that they were taking him to go hunt. I don't know what the hell it was, And he gets out there and they start tracking Bigfoot tracks, right? They find him in the snow and they're tracking him for a little bit. And the guy all of a sudden stops and says, "I'm done. I'm going back to the vehicle." And the other guy that had brought him there, that's paid to bring him there, is like, "Well, what's the problem?" He goes, These tracks don't belong to any creature that I've ever known of, or that it's known by anyone." He's like, "And I don't want any part of this." And he turns around and goes back to the vehicle. So that, to me, that's a prime example of, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, that's happened numerous times too, Monty. It's like they go to pull the trigger and they just can't. It's like the face looks too human. Whatever the case may be. I'm gonna try to show you guys this video in the most ghetto way possible. Let's see if we can make this happen. This video, I don't know when this video came out, but I can tell you that I just found it. All right. All right, eyes to the front of the class. If you guys want to check this out. So I haven't had the chance to like really, what I would call, you know, analyze this video. But just right off the cuff, I mean, it's pretty cool. Whatever this thing is, looks pretty big. All right, my hand's going to sleep. I gotta get out of that. Okay. So I hope to do a full analysis on that, like, real soon. The only thing I didn't like about the clip, I did it without volume because somebody added some cheesy music over the top of it. And then you can kind of hear voices in the back, again, blocked out by the music, but they sounded like, if I had to guess, it sounded like they were speaking Chinese. Now, I'm not going to say that there's not Sasquatch in China. I mean, they have a creature called the Yiren, which is essentially, you know, like a Himalayan Yeti. So it's totally possible. Not a lot of sightings come out of China, though. Although, like I said, I mean, it's popular enough for them to have a creature with its own name. I agree with you, Rob. Like, it would terrify me if I had to shoot a Bigfoot. Like, I don't think I would. I don't, like I said, I guess it's instinct, you know, survival at that point. But that's just a terrifying situation. Because, like I said, I mean, hell, even if you do kill it and you do survive, then what? Then you got a dead Sasquatch body. I mean, you know, you got to call the FBI and they're going to tell you it's a bear, you know, and it's the whole thing. Yeah, Monty, I would advise, I don't know if you get into audiobooks at all. I got made fun of the other day for calling them books on tape. Yeah, that's how old I am. But anyway, so there's an audiobook and it's called Bigfoot. I think it's called Bigfoot Experiences in Yellowstone Park. And it's a collection of maybe like 6 hours of 10 or so short stories, and it's read by one guy who does a really good job. I can't remember his name right now. It's fascinating. These stories are incredible. and they kind of make you want to go to Yellowstone, like, and they kind of don't. I don't know. It's a mix, you know. There's some scary shit goes on in Yellowstone. Yeah, what's to trust? I mean, you know. I think you can say that, Coral. I mean, you're going to go on a list, obviously, but you're already there, so no worries. Yeah, I mean, I tend to believe that the government has so many Bigfoot bones that, you know, it just, I think we would be blown away if we knew. Yeah, well, that's most, Mr. Midwest, that's most likely why Patty was walking in the direction that she was that she had dropped off her juvenile and was walking away from it to draw Patterson and Gimlin and, you know, away from her, away from the juvenile. Yeah, I always wonder, Rob. I'm like, what's the next video that I'm gonna do? I'm gonna, like, that's gonna get a knock on my door. You know, like when the MIBs show up and tell me that I don't have a channel anymore. I don't know. Fortunately, I think I'm just viewed as a conspiracy nut. You know, so my stuff doesn't go too over the edge. And that's because I only say about, you know, 10% of what I think. Yeah, that's most likely facts, William. I think that they rarely travel alone unless they are just that, a lone male. Well, you know, Monty, the question had rose the other day. It was like, how long does it take to condition a society into accepting something paranormal as normal? And I think, you know, I don't know, the answer we came up with was like 5 years or something like that, to that effect. But I mean, think about how long they've been publicly showing UFOs and how, like, strong it's gotten. Like, it's gotten really strong in the last few years. And I mean, and now the government openly admits that even that it predates Roswell, that they've had alien craft and they've had alien bodies. They literally openly admitted that. Nobody cared. Nobody gave a shit. They're like, yeah, well, whatever. We knew that. And it's true. We knew it. So they slowly introduced the information into society. And when they finally admit it, nobody cared. William, I have never been to Louisiana. I've never gotten that far west yet. I hope to at some point. I want to go to New Orleans at some point and just, kind of stop by, and then keep going. But yeah, we want to go to every state. And so far, we've kind of been working our way up the East Coast. So we'll get there eventually. Yeah, now that's a fact, Rob. I mean, you go up to like Oregon and Washington and those areas, they don't even question the existence. It's known fact. I don't know if you guys are catching this picture by Brad Kidd. This is a really good one. I mean, it's kind of like a negative looking picture, but it doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, sure. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. This picture is by Brad Kidd. Oh gosh, what's his Facebook? Cryptozoology and the paranormal or something to that effect. I mentioned his Facebook in our last video, but if you just go to Facebook and search Brad Kidd, Kidd, it will come up. His group will come up, and he has, I'll be honest with you, not all of his shots are, wow, groundbreaking, but I mean, he's got some really good ones like this. And I think he's the guy, I haven't actually confirmed with him, but there's a picture of a Yowie that was supposed to be taken on the Gold Coast. I mean, shit, man, it just doesn't get any better than that picture. And I believe that he was the photographer of that picture. Yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty obviously seeing. Where's my mouse? There it is. Seeing bottom lip here, top lip here, with the mouth break right there, and then we got the nose and the really deep set eyes, where you're catching a little bit of light from the tapetum lucidum. And we've got a deep cranial ridge here with a cone-shaped head. I don't know what this is necessarily. If it's just sort of like a play on lighting, or if this Bigfoot has some gray hair going down his face there. I'm not really sure, but I think it's a cool shot. Man, that would be really cool, William. Actually, yeah, I will keep you in mind. If I ever get that way, unfortunately, I don't get to travel as much as I used to, but we will be back on the road, hopefully, at some point, The dream, and I do mean the dream would be for this channel to get so large that we wouldn't need a 9 to 5, and I could buy a Bigfoot Input RV fully equipped with all the equipment that we need and all the cameras and Wi-Fi and things like that. And whenever a Bigfoot report surfaces, we could go directly to that area and investigate on scene and film everything that we're doing. And that would, like I said, that would be the dream. I don't know, Rob. You know, honestly, no, you'd have to ask Brad. And Brad's he's a pretty open guy. If you go to his group and just go talk to him on one of his, make a comment on one of his photos, he'll talk to you. But this photo would be from his site. Like I said, he's a pretty straightforward guy, so. Yeah, and William, I do too, and that's really the problem. I work all the time. I'm just constantly hustling at work, on this channel, other, sources of income. So I really don't find the free time that I would like to be able to do more boots on the ground stuff. And unfortunately, right now, I'm from Florida, and right now, with the heat index the way it is, there's absolutely nothing that can convince me to get out there in the woods right now. I'm no way. Is it really, Monty, is it worth visiting? I mean, we wanted to do a round trip, go out to Texas and come back. But we wanted to stop in Mobile, Alabama, and New Orleans, on the way, or on the way back, whatever, and just do a big loop. William, I am mildly familiar with what you're talking about. I think a lot of times people create drama to push their own agendas and their channels. I'm the opposite kind of guy. I try to avoid drama at all costs. I don't think it makes you look good. If you're bitching and moaning with people online, I think people just get tired of that. They just get tired of seeing that every day. So, and in fact, if those are the kind of people that are watching that enjoy that sort of thing, I don't want them as followers. I don't want them as subscribers. So I don't, I'd rather just not have them around at all. He gave up without even mowing the lawn. You're like, screw it, I'm out of here. I do not know anyone in North Carolina, Rob. I mean, I've been to Asheville. That's my experience in North Carolina. This is as far as it goes. Really, Monty? Yeah, I want to go. I mean, I don't want to go during Mardi Gras or any of that kind of nonsense. I want to go when I can explore quietly. It's like Savannah. You don't go on St. Patty's Day. We go other times. Yeah. Kathy. Well, Kathy doesn't work anywhere anymore. Kathy's retired. She can do whatever she wants. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's like I said, that's the dream. So one of these days, maybe. But I think that would be a cool thing, and I think it would make a really cool channel if you were just to be able to immediately hit up the area. Like, I don't know if you guys remember just recently where that one crossed the road on like I-10 in front of somebody, you know, and it's like, hit up that spot immediately. Let's go out there. Let's find some tracks. Let's see if there's any hair. Let's maybe we see, like, get a sighting of one, you know, interview the people that were involved. I think that would be cool. Well, I think Sierra Nevada Bigfoot, obviously, Rob. Rob, if you ever want to take a look somewhere on our channel, there is a Bigfoot bathroom tour, and you'll see all of my beer, all of my cryptid beers. I make it a habit to collect all the beers from Bigfoot or Sasquatch or whatever, Yeti, different cryptid named beers. So I take as many as I can. So I haven't done an updated version because I've moved since then, but I don't know. I probably have, I don't know, at least 20 different beers that all have to do with cryptids. Yeah, that's what worries me about Louisiana, man. It's like, I mean, I live in Florida, so I know it can get bad. And Louisiana, from what I hear, is even worse than our state. Oh, I would have had to have asked Monty. Like, I tried. I don't know if you guys know Trapper Mike. He's big here in Florida as far as getting pythons out of the Everglades and other invasive species like iguanas and stuff like that. But he's awesome, and he recently had he was on Joe Rogan, and very cool interview with him on Joe Rogan. You know, he tells all about the story where he got attacked by a python. He almost died out there on one of the islands, but I emailed him a long time ago, and I had asked him, I was like, "Have you ever seen a skunk ape?" And I'm still waiting on a response. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get one, but I'm waiting. So Trapper Mike, if you're listening, hit me up. I wonder if, like, I don't know, you think Bigfoot, like, eats mushrooms? You know? I mean, there's that whole, like, I don't want to get into a thing because it's a really long discussion, but basically they think that the reason that humans evolved faster than other primate species is because we were eating psychedelic mushrooms. And it created colors in our mind and things that we normally wouldn't have seen, and it actually made our brains expand larger than other creatures, and that's why we are where we are from an evolutionary standpoint. And they chalk it all up pretty much to psychedelic mushrooms. So I'll be honest with you, William, I've never heard of this. So as soon as we get out of here tonight, I'm probably going to go check that out. So, it sounds interesting enough. You know, it could be, Monty. I mean, they're obviously physically more advanced, like the, you know, Pacific Northwest, Alberta, you know, British Columbia, but physically, that, I mean, these guys are climbing mountains, you know, I mean, so compare that to a Florida skunk ape, you know, or swamp ape. I mean, they're low to the ground, they're more, you know, mobile, they're traversing mangroves and stuff like that, so they're a different creature. I mean, yeah, they're same, like, you know, genes, but due to environmental adaptation, they're a completely different creature, different skill set. I don't know if you guys just experienced anything, but I just had a quote unquote problem with my server and it shut the chat down. And sometimes when that happens, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we must have struck on a nerve somewhere. I don't know if Coral Beef is still around, but you asked if they could use guns. Here is here's a Sasquatch, quote unquote Sasquatch, using a car, getting into a car. So this Igor guy, who's, like, you know, renowned in the field, posted these a while back, claiming that this, I think he calls it Geisha, this Sasquatch can drive this car. And I just want to point out the folds in this suit. See how this fold here comes down below where the guy's arm would be? How there's a fold here in the elbow area. This is a suit. This is a fake ass suit, and I'm upset at this guy. Like, I don't understand why he would go from being a respected researcher to making a complete mockery and joke of himself. And I wish he was here. I would tell him to his face. No, this is garbage. Let's see, Monty. We just had the picture up here shortly. So, you know, I tend to think, and I don't think it's showing up very well on camera right now, honestly. I tend to think that this guy is misunderstood. I mean, I understand what you're saying about Patty, and yes, I think she was very concerned for her juvenile that she was leaving behind. She was trying to sort of lure Patterson and Gimlin away from her baby. So yes, she was extremely worried. But this guy, I feel like he gets a bad rep. Yes, he has taped and loosened them in his eyes, so his eyes are glowing, and he is smiling. He's showing his gums. And primates have two ways of showing their teeth. One, they gnash their teeth with an open mouth to show what a danger they are. The second way is they curl their lips back and they show their gums with clenched teeth in a sign of submission. So if we look at this guy real closely, what he's doing is he's smiling. His teeth are clenched. He's trying to show this person that he's not a danger to them. So I've thought for years that this guy gets a bad rep. People say he looks so creepy, he looks this, he looks that. But I just think he's doing what primates do. and he got caught stealing apples off the front porch, and now he's like, hey, I'm no danger, I'm getting out of here, I'm sorry, you know. He's gone. Sorry, I got emotional there. All right, leave the skunk ape alone. Stop harassing him and calling him creepy. He has feelings too. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. The lighting doesn't really do it justice, but this is another one of Kathy Westerman's. It's such a cool picture. Like I said, we're not doing it justice on this setup, but maybe I missed something. Was who charged? I don't think he's in the chat, Mr. Midwest. I mean, he's busy stealing someone's apples, but that's not the point. All right, so Patty is the typical Pacific Northwest Sasquatch, you know, from that Northern California area on up to Washington, you know, Oregon, Washington, on up to Alberta. They're all very similar. So that is your typical Sasquatch. So I never heard about her being arrested or charged with anything. I know that she did send the pictures and wrote a letter to the local authorities in Sarasota. And then from what I hear, she moved and never went back. So this is an amazing picture, Kathy. I really wish that this was doing it justice, because it's not. Like, the picture that I'm looking at is so much better than the picture the one that I see on the phone taking it, you know. So I would suggest, again, if you're not part of the Bigfoot World group, head over to Facebook, request to join. The moderators will accept you in, and you're gonna be privy to a lot of stuff that you're gonna see on my channel. I mean, I would say we probably use at least one of Bigfoot World's pictures on every video. But you're going to see some stuff that you've never seen before. It's absolutely just mind-blowing stuff. Look at this. I keep losing service. I'm losing service to the chat server. The alphabet boys are shutting me down. Yes, we do, William. We have all those social medias. Although I'll be honest with you, we have a Facebook, we have a TikTok, we have an Instagram, we have a YouTube, and we have I don't know, we have a Discord, we have a Twitter. We've got it all. But as far as activity goes, Facebook and YouTube, that's our backyards. That's where we stay the most. I mean, you can go to our Instagram, please go join it, do whatever you want to do, follow it, I don't know. But you're not going to find as much activity there as you will in some of the other places. So, but yeah, we do some stuff on TikTok too, but it's, it's mainly just networking stuff. I don't like TikTok. Don't tell him I said that, though. Right, and I know it was from Mayaka. The way I understand it, though, it was the authorities in Sarasota that were involved for whatever reason. I don't know. The problem is the story's got 10 different people telling it, and you never know what really happened. We weren't there, but I tell you what, we've got multiple sightings from Mayaka. So I think the Mayaka State Park is a hotbed, or at least used to be. I mean, then we had that Cat 4 hurricane that cut across the state, and it cut right through Mayaka. So last time I heard from some of the researchers down there is that it was really hard to even get into those areas anymore. So unfortunately, that was a Cat 4 that hit what is that, Fort Myers down there, and came through and sat right on top of Mayaka, so I don't know what the condition down there is anymore, unfortunately. Yes, Lord, Monty, we got to make sure that everybody gets their credit. And that's fine. That's fine with us. That's why all I really use Instagram and TikTok for is to advertise the YouTube channel. Frankly, that's it. I don't go out of my way to make extra TikToks. I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a busy guy. So I'm not gonna go out of my way to make TikTok videos and stuff like that. So what we'll do is we'll use those platforms to say, hey, come over here and check this out. And this is really what we focus on is our YouTube channel. Although, God, we'd posted a reel on Facebook I don't know, a month ago, and it was that weird alien-looking creature that is it's probably CGI, if I'm honest with you. That damn thing got 1 million views, like over 1 million views. But we're not monetized on Facebook because Facebook won't monetize us. So I guess it was nice exposure, but it really didn't matter. Oh, is this one yours too, Kathy? I didn't even know that. Rob, so Maaka is, geez, if you go south, it is more towards the west side of the state. So it's, it's the east side of Sarasota. So it's down past Tampa and down, past Clearwater and all that. And like I said, it's more towards the Naples area of the state, but more centered. I want to say this one is this is Rebecca, right? Kathy, I believe this is Rebecca Rollison. I think. No, I didn't sign this one for her, but I think this is her. Coming up with a pretty cool face grab. You can only see, well, you can see most of it, but he's hidden behind this leaf here. Oh, one before. Excuse me. Better not be coming down with something. I just realized I wasn't done with this initial album. There was 2 more. So, forgive me for not remembering this guy's last name, but I think his name is Sias. His first name is Abe. And we got his permission to use this picture. It's very interesting, right? And Abe is of the opinion, which I think you guys will know I don't agree with, but dog man, here we go. So he's of the opinion that these are Nephilim, and he calls them DDN, which is disembodied demonic Nephilim, right? And if anybody knows the story of the Nephilim, yes, they were an offspring of the Watchers and human women. The Watchers were sent by God to watch over humanity. They lusted after the human women. They had an offspring called the Nephilim, which were giants. And the giants basically just wreaked havoc on the world. And that's why God flooded the world. And if you read the book of Enoch, the only reason that the Nephilim survived at all, or the only manner they survived, was in the spirit world. They were forced to walk the spirit world for the rest of their lives. And, or forever, I guess, really. So, he believes, and a lot of other people believe too, it's not just his theory, but he believes that that's what Bigfoot are, is that they are Nephilim. But if you read the Bible, it's going to tell you that the Nephilim were like 300 foot tall. I mean, these were actual giants, you know, like real massive giants. So to compare that to a 9-foot hairy ape type creature, I don't see the connection. But I don't think we can deny that he's got something on film here. Yeah, maybe you did, Kathy. I don't appreciate that. I'm starting to feel a little, I don't know, clearing my throat a little too much. Did I get the picture from the camera? I don't remember, Kathy. If you get the opportunity, send it to me on Messenger. All right, so now look, I'm coming at this from a completely scientific viewpoint, okay? My personal beliefs about God don't come into it. I am looking at it as what's really going on here. I personally have no reason to believe that Bigfoot is associated with the Nephilim whatsoever. Now, whether the Nephilim is real or not is a whole other argument that I'm not going to have. But I just don't believe that Bigfoot have anything to do with Nephilim. Now, this picture, in particular, I don't know. I mean, it's cool, man. I mean, it is definitely something. It is creepy. I wish I had more information, but I mean, it is really neat. And I think, like, Abe has put out some pictures before that I thought were pretty mediocre, if I'm honest with you. It's just not something that was really interesting. But this one, this is downright amazing. Damn, yeah, I'm all out of bourbon. Beer's not cutting it, I'll tell you that. Neighbor's wife. Yeah, she's an ugly one, that's for sure. So now, Rob, you immediately jumped to Dogman, and I wouldn't disagree with you, other than I don't see any sort of like proof here that this is a snout as much. I mean, maybe there's some elongation here, so maybe, but then there really aren't any ears. I wish he hadn't have cropped this like this, and maybe I might talk to him about getting an uncropped version of this picture. You know, they crop things, they circle things, and they damage the picture. You know, it just takes away from what we might be seeing in the background. Thank you, Kathy. Yes, everyone subscribe to Bigfoot World. They have the YouTube. Facebook, to me, seems to be where a lot of their content lies. And it's a great group. Just a great group of people. I wish we had a better look at the ears, frankly. I mean, I can kind of see something here. And I see hair. But I don't really see ears. And if this is a Dogman, I'm expecting to see ears like here, you know, and here. I want to see some big pointy ears. I think this thing is going to look more like Anubis. But then again, that's based on the limited photo video evidence of Dogman that's in the world. So So get up there and take some pictures of that clan that you were talking about, and and then we can all get a better idea. The one thing I will tell you about this guy is that I feel like this is legit because he's so, I don't want to say small time like an insult, but he's just he's a regular guy. He's small. He's not, there's no way this is like a suit. There's no way this is CGI or a Photoshop. He's not that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's an older guy. He's just a regular dude. And I truly believe that whatever he caught in this picture is legit. Flyest in America, welcome. And William, if you don't want that Jack Daniels, just hang on to it. When I get out there to Louisiana, I'll take it off your hands. I mean, I gotta be honest, like I've obviously I've heard of the Outer Banks. I don't know enough about North Carolina to really know where that is, but yeah, I will keep my ears and eyes open about that. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Look at that. I got a message here. I have a whole other phone just so I can get messages while while I'm live. Okay, I see, Kathy. Thank you. That's some interesting stuff going on that one. I'm not sure what all I see, frankly. I'll dive more into that one tomorrow. Just vacation. Me and the wife and dog man. Yeah. She'll love that. Yeah, of course, man. Mr. Midwest, of course, always. I spend a lot of time looking at what could be pareidolia. I always appreciate the effort, though. You know, people take pictures of what they think is something, and either, I mean, I can offer my opinion on it. That's really all I can do. You know, I mean, nobody knows yes or no for sure. There was this lady, though. I often feel bad about this, so I'll admit to you guys what happened. But this woman sent us a video, and it was cool. Like, we used the video. It was cool. It was a very tiny little vision of a Sasquatch crossing through a tree clearing as they were milling logs. You could see a little Sasquatch just sort of jump across. And you know, it's not 100% sure that it is a Sasquatch, but it looked like one. Anyway, I digress. So she started emailing us like daily. She would send us numerous emails, like 5, 6 emails a day. And what she was doing was she was going on like random websites. Like, let's say she went on some national park website and would take a screenshot of the picture of the park, and she would zoom in until it became so pixelated that she saw a face. And this went on for days. Like, I'm sorry, no, this went on for months. And I'm a pretty tolerant person, so I was trying to, like, you know, pacify her a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, and then finally I got tired of it, and she emailed me saying, like, well, you don't respond when I send you this stuff. What's, you know? And I don't know how old she was, but I had to be honest with her. I said, look, ma'am, you know, I said, and I explained to her the idea behind pareidolia, and the stuff that she was sending me was just trash, you know. And I've never heard from her since, and I didn't tell her that. Believe me, I was very nice about what I had to say. I was very nice, but I have not heard from her since then. And I mean, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry. Obviously, she got her feelings hurt, or, you know, didn't like me because of it. But I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I was like, this is too much. I mean, I always have time for people, but not when you're wasting my time, you know? Yeah, Mr. Midwest, just send him over. I will check him out. I'll check him out after this live, actually. I'm going to be up for a little while. Yeah, I saw Pam in that shot, and I saw what looks like, I don't know, maybe one, at least, I know there was 4 indicated, but at least like 1 or 2 that looked pretty interesting. I want to look at this one picture again. I mean, sorry, not again. You know, before we shut it down at some point tonight, but I want to look at this picture. So you guys know Dutchy Beliefs. She's got some of the weirdest content I've seen online, and I mean that in the best possible way. But she definitely has some strange stuff out there, and this is a cool picture. But she's doing my job. She went and messed with the lighting on it. And this is what I do usually. Like, I'll mess with lighting on pictures and all. Unfortunately, it's not really paying it justice, but I definitely think she caught something here. Whiskey and Dr. Pepper, really? I have never thought that would be a good combo. But I do like whiskey and Coke, whiskey and Sprite, whiskey and cranberry. Definitely one of my favorites. I'm down to try it. I tried whiskey and ginger ale. I wasn't a fan of that. I didn't care for that very much, but Southern Comfort is Dr. Pepper. Yeah, and see, you know, honestly, Kathy, that's one of the things that makes your pictures hard to differentiate sometimes. Like, sometimes, like, something sticks right out, and then other times it doesn't. And a lot of times what you're seeing is not necessarily a Bigfoot or a skunk ape. Like, I've seen stuff of yours, I'm like, what the hell is that, you know? And I mean, that's the joy of it, is that they're so weird, you know. You don't really know what you're seeing, something, but you don't know what it is. And I guess that's my stance, is I try to figure out what these things are, but I don't always have the answers. You say beer and Mountain Dew like mixed together? Are you serious? Is that a thing? Why wouldn't you just drink beer? Like, beer doesn't need a mixer. Yeah, I think the skin is black. Like this is the original picture, and it looks better than the other picture, frankly. Just because of the lighting on this phone, that's all. Half beer and half Mountain Dew, man. Yeah, I drink beer straight. I'm almost tempted to try it now, but man, that's a hell of a combo. Yeah, it does sound like a shandy, which I mean I like. I don't drink them often, but I mean on a hot summer day, if you want a beer, a shandy is nice. You know, I've had like the lemon shandies, the grapefruit shandies. I think we've got off on a tangent, but if you ever want to talk about something other than Sasquatch, beer is my subject. I tried some different music last time we were here. I tried like some medieval tavern music because I thought it might fit the mood better, but I don't think I liked it as much as this channel. This channel is the Relaxed Movement, by the way. Not sponsored, but maybe they should be. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Midwest. You know, so that's a good idea. So we did a couple videos called Bigfoot and Booze. And they're kind of towards the early stage of when we were doing this, but the idea was to tell a story about Bigfoot while drinking some sort of Bigfoot related alcohol. And it just didn't take off. You know, I mean, I enjoyed doing them, but they were labor intensive and they weren't really getting any attention, so I had to back off. All right, guys, let me take a little pause for the cause. I will be right back. right, back for a little while, guys. Let's we'll keep it going for a little bit longer if everyone's involved, but I don't want to be up too late tonight. I do have a house to remodel. Kathy's got a prescription. Yeah, you know, Mr. Midwest, I mean, we have about 6,000 subs, but I don't know. You know, we'll do some videos that'll have 18,000 views, and then we'll do another video that has 500, you know. So it's just, I don't know. Like you say, the algorithms are, you know, are not something that we can control. I feel that sometimes YouTube just throws us a bone. But then, like, I don't know. I think you have to have a certain audience. That's really what it comes down to. So, because I don't think that I've done one storytelling video that has really garnered any attention. The ones that take off for us are always the multiple cryptid pictures with commentary. Those are the ones that always seem to hit. Monty, do you want to elaborate, bud? Like, you want to talk about caves? What's going on there? And you know, Kathy, more power to you. I just, for me, it's the same process. It's like paranoia, hunger, and sleep, and that's really what that leads to me. You know, for me, I've never been able to get out of that cycle, so I avoid it. Welcome, Nick. East Tennessee. I mean, I've been to East Tennessee, and yes, there are some encounters. I think that you would get more encounters out of West Tennessee. Just because it's a less tourist type area, you know? I mean, I enjoyed my visit to the state, but there's no way I would ever go to Pigeon Forge ever again. Like, that's ridiculous. Well, I agree, Monty. I mean, there's so many, so many miles of unexplored cave systems in the U.S., all over the world, frankly. But I believe that they travel that way. I believe that they live that way. Somewhere, there probably are caves full of human bones that various types of Sasquatch, when they use humans as a food source or consider humans as a food source. And a lot of those are in national parks, so the more remote the area, the more likely you are as a human to disappear. And I'm not saying that's all Sasquatch activity, but we gotta consider that, as that being a huge possibility. Yeah, I can't say enough bad things about Pigeon Forge. I guess I guess I had something else in my mind when I thought, oh, Pigeon Forge, this little Tennessee town. No, it's a tourist trap, and it's just complete garbage. Now go to Blairsville. I think it's called Blairsville. Tennessee is nice. It's just you got to stay away from those touristy areas. It's crazy. But I did go to a cryptid conference in Gatlinburg, and that was fun. Gatlinburg was nice, although it takes a long time to get through there. It's crowded, but William. All right. So I don't know, Rob. If you have a copy of it, please send it to me on Messenger, Bigfoot Input, or at bigfootinput@gmail.com. I would love to see anything that you guys have seen that you want to know if I've seen it or not. I don't know, but I'd like to see it. So William, yeah, I did a whole video on Todd Standing, and it was like a year ago. But so if you dig back on our channel, you'll find a video about whether Todd Standing is a hoax or not. And the gist of the video is that yes, Todd Standing is a hoax. He's a hoaxer. I believe that he has probably had some legitimate experiences in his life, but the ones that he claimed to have documented, no, I don't believe that any of those creatures are actual Sasquatches. I think Thinker Thunker proved that fairly well by showing the facial ratios of Jake versus a human, specifically versus Todd. Todd has stuck his neck out there to take out, PhDs like Meldrum and even Les Stroud, although neither one of those characters backed up what Todd Standing was saying. They just went out there with him to see what they could see. Unfortunately, I think Todd's video was very captivating and very well done, but it is a complete farce, and that's unfortunate. But you asked my opinion, and that is my opinion: is that Todd Standing's video discovering Bigfoot is nothing but a cinematic hoax. That doesn't mean that he's never seen a Sasquatch. It just means that the ones in his video are not real. Kirsten, I am never going back to the Tuckaleechee Caverns in Tennessee ever again. I almost died that day. I would love to know your other reasoning, other than it is terrifying. But I think that we have to understand that Sasquatch is an opportunistic creature, just like a bear, just like, you know, polar bears. Polar bears will eat your grandma. They don't care. You are meat to a polar bear. And if you get a Sasquatch that is lacking a steady food source, an easy food source, there's nothing that tells me that they wouldn't look at you as a food source. You are walking meat. So why wouldn't they eat you? They have no reason not to. And again, I'm not saying that everyone does. Like, for instance, like black bears in Florida, they're scared of people. But you get into, like, you know, grizzly bears, polar bears, again, they will eat you given the opportunity. So we're talking about different species. So there are different types of Sasquatch in the United States, in the world, and some of those have to view humans as a food source. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Todd kind of fooled the world, and that's where we're at, you know. Somebody had just made the comment today. They're like, you know, Jake has a really nice haircut, or like a really good barber, and I think that's true. Like, if you look at Jake, his face is just perfectly, you know, the hair length is perfect. Everything about him is perfect. There's not a leaf on him. I mean, he's just a really nice looking creature, and I that's not the sole reason why Todd is a fake, but it does add into the math of the whole situation. Yeah, agreed. They're all from the same area, but they all look completely different. Completely different. Um, I don't know. How many Sasquatches have we seen with a black face show up, you know, in most pictures? Not many. And I don't know. The whole thing just stinks. And like I said, go watch my video about Todd Standing. It'll clear up any questions that you have that you know about Todd. There was a whole thing about the apples. You know how the Sasquatch hand was taking the apples. Someone had found Sasquatch looking gloves in his truck, and they questioned him about it. He kind of blew them off. Again, it's all in my video, but I can't trust the guy after everything that's come out about him, you know. So I just I don't think that Sasquatch thinks that. I mean, yes, they're intelligent, but I don't think that they think that deeply about consequence. You know, I mean, as far as like you were saying, if enough humans go missing, I don't. I mean, they're still an animal. They're still a creature, and I just don't think that they have that level of intelligence. You know, where they're thinking that far ahead as far as consequence. LaForge was in Oklahoma. That's an interesting story. Mr. Midwest, go back on our channel and go to the playlist Ramblings of a Madman and listen to my caves rambling. And I'm not saying it's going to change your mind, but it just, I don't know, it may or may not shed a little bit of light uh, on the subject. Todd is very pushy, and you're right. If he has such ripe, lands, why would he be traveling to Louisiana? But I think he's desperately trying to get something legitimate on camera. Much how like NVTV will mix fake with real stuff, so then their fake stuff seems legitimate. One thing that I've learned about the Bigfoot subject is humility. Yes, I have my opinions, but I think you always have to be open to at least listen to other people's opinions about the subject, because there's so little known fact about it. So I consider myself to be wrong quite a bit. I'm like, oh yeah, that was wrong. And I don't mind saying that I was wrong. But yeah, I think that we have to go towards the subject like that, where it's like, this is all just opinion. I've often thought about that too, whether they were possibly cannibalistic. Maybe. Well, Mr. Midwest, honestly, I'm glad that you became a steady part of the group. It's good to have you here. You know, we have some regulars. Obviously, Kathy is one of our original regulars, and then you know, Monty, and we have some new people as well. But you know, we'd like to get anybody that wants to actually have an intelligent conversation. We like to get them involved. It's cool, you know. It's a good time. I am going to shut it down here at 11 o'clock, though. We're running a little past, you know, a little past time, but it gets hard to shut it down when you're having a steady conversation. Monty, right? It's all opinion, right? I mean, it's like, yeah, it's learned opinion, yeah, it's educated opinion, but I mean, we're still just spouting opinions here. I've seen just about everything that Bigfoot World has put out, and I mean, some of it is mind blowing. I think one of the things to me that stuck out more than anything, and I mean, I'm talking about there's a lot of evidence out there, so it's hard to like say like, oh wow, but if Kathy remembers this, they took a picture on the IR that showed a structure in the middle of the woods that wasn't there during the day. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, it literally looks like a gateway to a chapel or to a cemetery. And it's on the IR camera, but then it's not on the regular camera. It's just, it's so crazy. I mean, the Ocala National Forest has such a history. We don't really, you know, understand it all. Thank you, Monty. Thank you for joining us, buddy. I appreciate it always. I appreciate you for being a member. Thank you very much. That means a lot. Nick, when is the next live? We do a live every other Friday. Every other Friday night. So it's this Friday night. It won't be next Friday night. It'll be the Friday night after. Whatever date that is. And I always announce the live, usually the day of, on Facebook, on the YouTube channel. I try to make sure that everybody's informed that we're going live before we do, you know, some hours before we do. But yeah, so check back, you know, every other Friday night. And that's when we do it. We do it twice a month. Thanks for coming, William. Please join us again. You know, Mr. Midwest, I gotta be honest with you, man. The only real place that legit stores sighting information is BFRO. And I know that everyone hates BFRO. They're like the, you know, the evil empire, but they legit store information like that. Like, I get a lot of my information from that website. And I would say that that is the best. Like, we need to have a central place. And even if you don't like John Moneymaker or whatever else, we need a place to store that information that's central. And I think right now, they are the central place to store it. Thanks for coming by, Rob. Please join us next time. You know what, Mr. Midwest? By the way, I mean, not for nothing, but I did put out a post a couple weeks ago. I am accepting any and all user stories. If you're interested in telling your story and allowing us to share it on the channel, Nick, thank you so much for joining, man. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that a lot. Like, you're our third member, man. I thank you so much. Anyway, so we are taking stories that I will then recreate in audio and share on our channel. So if that's something you're interested in, please feel free to email it to me. If not, I totally understand. I would suggest you sharing it with BFRO anonymously, and then it will end up on their website. Yes, you guys please join us in 2 weeks. And until then, this is J Mac, and I'm out.